Number 8. Thirst? Never heard of her. You're lost in the wilderness. The sun's roasting you like a $3 convenience store rotisserie chicken, and you're sweating enough to qualify as a backyard kiddie pool. Naturally, you wait until you feel thirsty to drink water, which is a genius move if your goal is speedrun to organ failure. See, your body's thirst signal isn't an early warning system. It's more like a lazy landlord who only answers the phone after the ceiling has already caved in. By the time you feel parched, your blood volume is already dropping, your heart's working overtime, and your brain is basically operating in safe mode. But sure, wait a bit longer. Maybe you'll unlock new features like hallucinations or sudden inability to walk in a straight line. The kicker? In survival situations, your body tries to save water by making you sweat less, which also makes you feel cooler than you actually are. So you think you're fine, keep hiking, and then, oh look, your kidneys just filed for bankruptcy. Basically, wait until you're thirsty is nature's way of setting you up for the most dehydrated Darwin Award imaginable. Number 7. Follow the birds. There you are, desperately looking for water. Then you see it. A bunch of happy birds flying in one direction. Obviously, they're going to a lake. You follow them. After all, animals know nature better than you do, right? Wrong. Those birds could be going literally anywhere. A puddle? Sure. A sewage plant? Absolutely. The other side of the forest where you'll get even more lost? You bet. Birds aren't thinking, let's guide this poor human to safety. They're thinking, worms are tastier over here. Plus, some birds travel ridiculous distances daily. You could follow them for hours and end up further from any usable water source. Worst case, they lead you to something you can't drink. Stagnant mosquito soup that'll give you enough parasites to start a small, deeply unpopular petting zoo inside your intestines. Moral of the story? Birds are not your survival Uber. Unless you're planning to eat one for protein, let them go. Number 6. Eat everything in sight. You're starving. You remember some survival blog that said, you can eat what animals eat. Perfect, because that squirrel looks like he's having a great time with those berries. You grab a handful. Congratulations, you've just given yourself the gift of violent, possibly fatal food poisoning. Animals can eat all sorts of things that will absolutely obliterate your digestive system. Deer can chow down on plants full of toxins that'd have you doubled over before you could even Google symptoms of mild poisoning. Birds can snack on berries that would send you straight into liver failure. Even rabbits, sweet, innocent rabbits, can digest things that would make you hallucinate your own obituary. And here's the kicker, even plants that are safe sometimes can be deadly at the wrong time of year. Some get more toxic as they grow, some are fine cooked but deadly raw, and some have twins in the plant world that are basically their evil doppelgangers. So yeah, eat what animals eat works, if the animal in question is another human with plant identification training. Otherwise, you're just playing Russian roulette with salad. Number 5. Stay put and hope. The advice goes like this. If you're lost, stay in one place so rescuers can find you. Sounds smart, if you've actually told anyone where you were going. But if you wandered into the woods like a mysterious Victorian orphan without leaving a note, congratulations, you're now starring in Waiting for Help, the Malnutrition Edition. Here's the brutal truth. If nobody knows you're missing, nobody is coming for you. You could stay perfectly still for days, becoming one with the moss, while your body slowly turns into a jerky-making experiment. And the stay-put strategy gets even dumber if your location has zero shelter, water, or food. That's not staying safe, that's just politely sitting there while nature fills out your death certificate. There's a reason professional survivalists have rules like STOP, which actually means stop, think, observe, plan. If plan turns into just sit here and hope, you're not surviving, you're cosplaying as a tree stump. Number 4. Drink seawater. It's basically soup. You're stranded on a lifeboat in the middle of the ocean. You're thirsty. You're surrounded by more water than you've seen in your entire life. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, just everything. Salt water is basically the villain in every dehydration story ever told. The salt concentration is so high that when you drink it, your kidneys go into overdrive trying to flush it out, using more water than you just drank. So you end up thirstier. Your cells shrivel like raisins in a tanning bed, and eventually your brain starts glitching like a Windows 98 error message. And the cruel part? In the short term, drinking seawater feels like it's helping. For a few minutes, your mouth feels less dry. You think you're hydrating, until you realize your heartbeat's suddenly doing drum solos and you're sweating salt like some kind of cursed pretzel. The endgame here isn't just a little worse off. It's seizures, organ failure, and becoming that guy in every shipwreck movie who starts raving about invisible dinner parties. Number 3. Build a fire inside your shelter. You finally find shelter, maybe a little cave, maybe a makeshift lean-to. You're cold, you need heat. So you think, hey, why not build a fire inside this thing? Let's just skip ahead. You either suffocate or burn the whole place down. Fire in an enclosed space eats oxygen like a frat guy eats pizza at 3 a.m. Without ventilation, you're breathing in carbon monoxide, which is basically the silent, odorless bouncer that kicks you out of the party called life. and that's if the smoke itself doesn't choke you out first. Best case, you accidentally set your shelter ablaze and now you're warm for the 5 minutes before you're back in the cold with no roof over your head. Worst case, they find you still in there, perfectly preserved in soot, like some kind of survivalist cautionary statue. If you absolutely must have fire near shelter, keep it outside with airflow, and not touching the thing that's keeping you from freezing. Otherwise, your cozy home turns into a murder weapon with excellent heating. Number 2. Trust your gut. Movies love to show rugged survivors trusting their instincts, sniffing the air, squinting at the horizon, and magically finding exactly what they need. In reality, your gut instinct is just your brain running old software updates from a time when danger meant lion and food meant berries that didn't immediately kill Uncle Steve. The problem? Modern humans are absolute garbage at reading natural danger signs. Your gut feeling might say that stream water looks clean, but your gut doesn't know about Giardia, a microscopic parasite that'll turn your insides into a sewage plant. Your brain might tell you a mountain doesn't look that steep, but your quads will find out halfway up that you've accidentally signed up for a high-altitude death lottery. Trusting your gut in survival scenarios is like trusting a toddler to file your taxes. They'll get something done, but it's not going to end well. Instead of listening to your instincts, listen to actual survival knowledge, or at least the part of your brain that remembers YouTube tutorials from 3 years ago. Number 1. Keep pushing through the pain. It's the classic action hero move. Grit your teeth, keep walking, ignore the stabbing pain in your foot. You're tough, you're unstoppable. You're also making sure that blister becomes an infected wound that might end with someone sawing off your leg in a hospital tent, if you're lucky enough to get to a hospital tent. Your body sends pain signals for a reason. Ignoring them in the wild isn't bravery, it's just a fast-track ticket to immobile and useless. A twisted ankle that could have healed in a day or two becomes a torn ligament. A mild fever you push through could be an infection your immune system can't handle, and once your mobility is gone, everything else in survival gets exponentially harder. Finding food, water, shelter, or even waving dramatically at a rescue helicopter. In a true survival scenario, pacing yourself is more important than looking tough. This isn't an action movie. No one's giving you a medal for crawling the last 10 miles with a broken leg. They're just putting your name on a plaque that says, "He died doing what he loved, being stubborn."